Hey everybody, welcome back. We are in the fabrication shop working on Scott's frame. A lot of stuff wrong with this one. The bolts that hold the front spring hanger and your brackets for the steering gear. There's welded nuts in there and they're a mess and not working right now. I believe they're missing or corroded. So they drilled right through and bolted the steering brackets like that. We're going to have to open up the frame here, and on the other side that guy's just spinning. I can't get that out. The nut broke free in there. So we're going to open up this side. That'll give us a chance to blow it out pretty good and get some new nuts in there. I do have all the body mounts on. Those are fully welded now. And let me show you what came off of there. That's what came off there, rusted as can be. You'll notice I got dimensions on these, and that's the height from the bench to the top. It's critical you get these in the right spot. Here's another one. And that was that guy. So they were all kind of messed up. I have the new cross member in here. There was the original. I've just got to I got to transfer this brake clip right here. I got to get that off the old one, put on the new one. And the little guys in the back here are welded in. Rear cross member I'm leaving out right now so I can blow all the junk out. And we've got the same thing down this side. All the mounts are in. And I have to, I don't know if you can see all the holes in there. There's a hole in there. Bunch of holes the whole way up. That's on both sides. I've got to get the inner sections cut out, but we're getting there. This is welded in now, so I don't have to worry about the frame spreading, and the mounts are in. I have the frame fastened to the bench with a clamp there, and I have one more clamp up here so the frame can't get away from me. And there's just rusty areas, especially underneath. I don't know if you can see all the junk in there, but the frame is still full of junk. I haven't blown it out yet. I'm going to try and flip it. There's nobody around today, so hopefully I can get this flipped. The Scrambler frames are pretty heavy to flip by yourself, but I'll try and get this flipped, start working on the bottom, and show you what we got there when I get it flipped. But we're getting there. New pieces are going in, Scott, so shouldn't be long. And if you're watching this, let me know if we're putting these bumperettes back on again or not. They're not in bad shape. If we're putting them on, I'll sandblast them and install them again. But just let me know what we're doing with those. And I'll just keep jamming on this and show you what's happening from time to time. Okay guys, let's see how much junk we get out of this frame just in this one area. You can see that frame is starting to rot right there. Okay, it's way up in this area on this side and the back side, but I think you can see why box frames aren't real good. You know, the frame has holes, you know, everywhere, and stuff gets in there, but it's got no way to get out. And this happens on a lot of CJ frames. Not just Scramblers, CJ7s, CJ5s after 70, you know, when the 76, they went to that boxed frame. And you get a lot of this. So I don't know how far the bottom's going to have to come out. That's solid up there, but I don't know how far the bottom's going to have to come out. I still haven't flipped it yet. I'm still cutting sections out. But you can't let stuff like this go, because it won't be long before the frame gets weak, and I've seen them break in half before, but you want to get after stuff like that. So we're just going to keep cutting back till we get to good metal and patch some new stuff in there. Okay guys, still tearing into this frame. Sway bar bracket goes here. And you could see that I couldn't even save the threaded insert that goes in there. So that's a bare hole now. Steering box 1, 2, 3, shackle 1, 2. We're gonna have to put some. I make a plate and I put nuts on that so that it stays. Same thing on this side. And then I started cutting out the bad sections. Got a little uglier than I thought. Okay, here's this section. I mean, just look at the junk coming out of there. So that section's out. Little section on that side. Quite a bit is out here. Rear shackles, same deal. They go right there. These were held on by nothing. If I didn't take these out, I'm sure they would have snapped off at the first bump. I got that section out there. And this section got quite extensive. There's a lot of thin metal in there, but gonna have to go at that. And you can see all the junk in here too. So I've got to clean the inside out. It's a mess. And I have one more bolt to deal with right there for the skid plate that holds up the transmission. And then I've got to weld up some unnecessary holes. I think there was a snowplow on this rig. But we're getting there. I managed to get it flipped, and I'm really tearing into it here. And next step is going to be cleaning the inside of the frame rails out. I guess I'll have to take it outside and maybe blow some air through there or something, or I don't know, but I got to get all that junk out of there. Maybe I'll stand it up with the crane or something and let it dangle. But there is a lot of junk in there we want to get out. Then I believe we're going to fluid film the inside real good after it's painted. And then we shouldn't have any more trouble with rust or anything. So that's where I'm at on the frame right now. And a few more bolts to get out, and I'll be back with you in a little bit. Okay guys, we're just about finished for the day on this guy here. We'll come back and start making patch panels after I clean out the inside of it. Broken bolts just take forever to come out. I worked on that proportioning valve one for a while, and then the insert just fell in there. But I do have all the skid plate, transmission mount bolt holes clean, tapped, and good. I got to start making plates, nut plates for all the spring hangers. I've got to get some shackles ordered, and as soon as I finish up the frame, we'll get it rolling. But for now, I think we're going to call it quits here. And a lot of guys ask me about frames and fixing frames and stuff like that. And if you're going to do your own frame, make sure you have a good place to do it. I see a lot of guys do them on rotisseries, then they cut a lot of frame out, and then the frame is bent when they go to put it back together again. Try and get a decent bench to do your framework on. You know, cut your pieces out carefully and weld everything in. Don't put too much heat to it. You know, I see guys overheat frames all the time and get frames twisted and stuff like that. So if you're going to do a frame yourself, take very accurate measurements of what you're doing and make sure you have a good place to do it. It does make a horrible mess, the grinding, the cutting, the welding. So that's why I do it out here in this shop and not where I'm building engines. So you need a clean place to do it that you don't mind the grinding dust, and you kind of see what's involved in these old frames. New frames are available. They don't look anything like the originals, but they sure are strong and new. We'll make this one very strong. I won't have any reservations about, you know, off-roading or towing or doing anything like that with it, but it does take quite a bit of work to bring them back into good shape. But I'll keep after it and bring you along as I do it. So that's all I have for you today. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.